Subaru recently used the Singapore Motor Show for the ASEAN debut of the Solterra electric SUV. And if you're unfamiliar of this vehicle, it's basically the twin of the Toyota BZ4X. And with that in mind, join us for a brief overview of Subaru's first electric vehicle. And by brief, we really mean maigsi lang talaga. And that's because Subaru's still evaluating whether to bring the Solterra to the Philippines or not. So from the outside, the Subaru Solterra looks pretty much like the Toyota BZ4X. Ang pinagkaiba nila sa BZ4X is yung kanyang hexagonal grille, or at least a provision for a grille since ito nga isang electric car, which doesn't need to cool an engine in the first place. The car has a sleek shape, clean lines, nicely proportioned wheels, and at least for me, a ridiculous amount of black cladding. At least compared to your usual Toyota or Subaru, medyo unique ang itsura niya. But I do think compared to the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6, those two Korean electric crossovers stand out much more. So if the outside looks a bit conservative, kamusta naman yung kanyang interior kaya?
So the interior of the Subaru Solterra looks really great. There's a mix of leather and fabric surfaces, soft touch plastics in the dash. There's a lot of piano black though in the center console, but yeah, more or less it looks like a futuristic interior. The driving position spot on, though the steering wheel, just like in some Peugeots, there's a propensity for the steering to block the digital gauge cluster. Yeah, that's about it. The interior is actually really nice, and we only have a brief overview of this car, but yeah, that's what you can expect with the new Subaru Solterra if Subaru decides to bring the car in the Philippines.
Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to drive the Subaru Solterra because this is a Taiwanese spec vehicle. And so the best that I could do is tell you the experience from a passenger's perspective.
Alright, ready. Very instant, like a rock. It's always like a roller coaster. Okay, that caught me off guard a bit.
So the feeling like you...
I can feel like my brain fluids going on the back of my skull.
Like you taking off.
Kung isa-summarize ko yung experience ko, it's basically an electric car that Toyota would actually do. Because while the car is powerful, higher spec models of the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6 accelerate in a much more brutal manner. But since this is a Subaru, the Solterra separates itself from the BZ4X with its symmetrical all-wheel drive that comes with X mode. Oh, and they also must highlight the fact that the Subaru Solterra also comes with the latest version of EyeSight, which now lets the car park on its own.
Before we start, we need to check all around that there is no any safety concern or there's traffic. Then we press start. But right now I still pressing the brake pedal. Once I release, this car will fully automatic to park into the parking lot. Okay. 1, 2, 3, let's go. So my hand free, my leg free. You auto shift the gear to reverse, turn the steering by himself, and go into the car park.
That's cool.
Park inside the box perfectly.
This has been a very brief overview of the Subaru Solterra. And based on what you've seen on this video, do you think Subaru should offer the Solterra to the Philippine market? Especially since as we speak, the government has already removed tariffs on electric vehicles.